I guess I'll make it sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture, as if she's about to deliver a speech. Hick-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There's a book club, right, Chick-chan? Right, but it seems like they all have the members that they can possibly have right now. Sorry, Hick-chan, it's a really popular club. Ah, okay. But more to the point, Hick-chan, does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Good! Great! That's great, Hick-chan! Really great! Ha 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 ha! Why is it so great? No reason. Well, Hick-chan, other than clubs in the upcoming festival, there is one other thing. Student council! I see. I didn't know this school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this, because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has to voice whatever she says. Ha 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 ha! Right. Hick-chan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day, Hick-chan. Shik-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shik-chan is the president. I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Ha ha ha! Of course we're not trying to get you to join just because we'd obviously benefit from you joining the student council and therefore have an incentive to try and get to you. So you're admitting that? No, we admit nothing. I mean, Hick-chan, of course it would be nice if you joined and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yep, it's true, Hick-chan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hick-chan? I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is really just good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they're already pretty cute to begin with. Well... So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hick-chan. What? No. Ah, see, Shik-chan, of course it wouldn't go so easily. Yep, that's right though. It would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Shik-chan owes me candy now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eye. That's interesting, Hick-chan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about Rich Van Poor Man, Hick-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Aw, why not? Well, because you two both have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep! Yeah, that isn't my goal. But what this means is that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage. So I will have to decline. Hick-chan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us and that we would pull something so disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. No! How about a game of paper football instead of Rich Man Poor Man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle, and then you try to shoot it past the goalposts that the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hick-chan. America. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Shik-chan. That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you probably are surprisingly good at it. Yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hikchan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kinda like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, Hikchan, how about Risk? The game of world domination. I don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hikchan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Really, Shikchan? We can play just for fun, Hikchan. Shikchan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay. Perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, Hikchan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I'd been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to a cell. What's wrong, Hikchan? That's right, we're just gonna play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know Misha. All this seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, that they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it seems like it'd be so plausible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being on top of me seem a little silly. That's not true, Hikchan. Shikchan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Her expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it is quite large, maybe even larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked on one side as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something. But the most noticeable thing is that the room doesn't have is other people. Are we early? No. What do you mean, no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Hikchan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Ha ha ha. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares that the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off on me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Hick-chan! Shik-chan wants you to know that you're taking too long to make a move. Shik-chan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of the game. And anyway, no. Shik-chan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know what that word means, or how it's signed, so she pulls out a little piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who in return signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index fingers against her temples, as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Oh, wait! Please slow down, Shik-chan. Hick-chan, Shik-chan says you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush her world empire with my rebellion. Okay. Those eyes of hers shine with childlike mischief. She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. She has a point. Attack aggressively. She is either really mocking me or trying to trick me. I have nothing to lose though, so I might as well try something different. Maybe if I spread out my forces and try to control more territories, I can recoup the advantage. Shizune seems to focus on conquering whole nations, so maybe I can sacrifice my hold on the continents to gain more small countries. It's worth a shot. A few turns later, I end up losing the game anyway. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist into the air in celebration. I win! I win! Yay! There's no need to translate that. It was pretty clear. Wahahaha! Don't look so sad, Hick-chan. You're really giving it your best. That's what I thought. Sometimes your best just isn't good enough, though. If anyone knows that, it's me. You did very well for someone who just learned how to play today. Hick-chan, you attacked Iceland and North America at the same time. That's a very daring move. Shik-chan is impressed. The mark of great people is that they are daring, and they can follow through. You're already halfway there. Isn't that great, Hick-chan? That isn't enough, though. Just potential isn't enough. There's no point to potential if you don't take the first step, and there's no point to that if you don't keep going. I want to see more. You're right, Shik-chan, but that's so demanding. Shizune leans forward, suddenly looking a lot less playful, and more like the serious person I expected her to be from the start. Hick-chan, would you like to join the student council? She really doesn't waste any time, does she? But it's only my second day of school, so I'm hesitant about committing to something so early. I haven't even taken a look at any other clubs yet. But spending time with Shizune and Misha doesn't seem like something I would hate. I still need more time to think about that before I decide for sure. Maybe I'll get back to you on it. Okay, Hick-chan, but I hope you're not just saying that so we don't feel bad. No, really. Really? Hick-chan, if you're going to say that, you're saying that it's definitely the truth, and there can't be any mistaking it. I know.